Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Troy, owner, operator, and builder of the Union Pacific Railroad, Huntsville Subdivision, and HO Scale. Now today I have a little bit of a long video. First off, I'm going to do a small review on four locomotives that I purchased last week, and they finally came in today. Two of them are the C44-9W. They're Athearn. Basically the old Athearn ready to roll. This is the new box that they now come in. So it's a little bit different than what they used to be. But I have road numbers 9795 and 9808. So those are the two -9s that I picked up. Now, they do have operating ditch lights now, as far as I know, for Athearn. Because I have two Athearns that I purchased about 8 years ago, and they didn't have working ditch lights, but these ones do. Obviously, they're not the -9s. They're this. I'm trying to think what they were. I believe they're AC 4400s that I purchased about 8 or 9 years ago, and they didn't have the operating ditch lights, so I have to rip those out and put new ones in, put operating ditch lights in. So these ones are pretty beefy. They're a lot heavier than the old locomotives that they had come out. It's got the original like packaging that they used to use like a long time ago, and they still use it today. So it's pretty decent. I didn't take them out of the package yet, so I'll be running them later, and I'll give my input later on down the road, probably in a future video. And then they don't have any of the detail parts. They do have the sunshades. They don't have any MU hoses. They don't have the brake hoses or anything like that. The air hose, they don't have that. A couple of release levers, they don't have that. So those will have to get added later on. Now, this one here is, I had also picked up two of the -840Cs. They're almost like the -840B, but the -840B is actually a 6-axle locomotive, or the -840B is a 4-axle locomotive. The -840B, excuse me, the -840C is a 6-axle locomotive. As far as I know, I don't think the Union Pacific Railroad had the -840B. They did have the -840C, which is the two that I have here. Now, these are from Atlas. I believe these are the Silver Series, I'm going to say. Yeah, these are the Silver Series. So there's the box right there. So, but it's the Atlas Master Silver Series. So they come with all the bells and whistles. They've got the operating. These ones actually have updated ditch lights on the front. They don't have them on the rear. MU hoses, air hose, brake lines, all that stuff. They have exceptional truck detail. So they're actually pretty decent. I got all four of these locomotives came from Lombard Hobbies down in Illinois. So it's probably about maybe an hour and a half from my house. So I picked them up today. Well, actually, I had them ordered, and then I brought them, had them shipped to my house. I did pick up two of the articulated Automax auto carriers. Right now, I can't run them on my layout because they're too dang tall, and they don't fit through the hole through my wall. So I'm gonna have to open up the hole a little bit so I can get them in there, or that way they can run through the wall. I'm gonna pan over here a little bit. So there's the auto racks that I picked up. One of them is the BNSF with the Santa Fe Heritage on it. The one to the left is a Union Pacific. And then I also picked up the two. I picked up two of the Dome Diners. One is the Colorado Eagle, right there, and then this other one. I gotta raise up the camera because I have it still in the tripod. I didn't take it off yet. And the other one is the City of Angels. Oh, I'm sorry, City of Portland. Excuse me. So let me take this off the tripod here. I'll work a lot better. So excuse my fingers. So there's the City of Portland, and then the Colorado Eagle, and the two new Automax auto carriers. So other than that, I did have to revise my diesel or locomotive maintenance facility, because the way I had it before, if you looked at one of my other videos, the turnouts were going to come up to probably where that HC4400 is sitting. Now that's one of the Atlas Atherns that I was talking about earlier that didn't have operating ditch lights. But the turnouts would have been coming up to, well, actually right here, probably right here by where this locomotive was going to is sitting. The turnouts would have came from right there where this turnout is to right about here. So from there to here, and that was not going to work. So I ran the track from the diesel shop to the fueling platform, and then probably where that Santa Fe is, probably a little bit more behind it. I'm going to put a triple turnout in, because I'm not going to have enough room for 3 turnouts. So instead of putting 3 turnouts, I'm just going to have one triple turnout. Now, it's going to come this way. I'm going to move all this out of the way. Let me zoom out a little bit. Apparently I can't. Okay, whatever. So it's going to come from over here. It's going to swing this way. I'm going to try and see if I can make the turn as soft as possible. And it's going to meet up with this piece of track here. And then I had to put a diamond in right here. Crossover. It's going to cross over to right here. And then turnout is probably going to be somewhere over in this general area right in here. Probably right in there somewhere. And then once that's finished, then I'm going to have a couple of industries coming off this turnout right here. It's going to cross the diamond. It's going to come over here. There's going to be a turnout right about here. Right about there. And I'm leaving that. So this is all glued down. This is not. And then there's going to be a small little diesel shop right here. Probably for 1 or 2, maybe, I don't know, probably 1 or 2 locomotives sitting there. And then back off in that area where we were just at, there's going to be probably about maybe 4 industries right there. And I can switch them out. Something to do. So that's pretty much that for, that's pretty much what I've been working on. Next month I'll be getting the turnouts, because I don't have the money anymore, because I just bought 4 locomotives and a couple of other things. So other than that, we now have 5-8s, or I'm sorry, excuse me, 4-9s. Let me see here. So let me move these out of the way. Okay, so these 2 -9s, the Southern Pacific. So those 2 -9s are both Kato. Very, very good runners. They can pull quite a bit. That one right there is an SD78CE. We have 3 of those on the layout. Those are Walters Mainline. We have quite a few of those on the layout. But I'll be doing another section for this video. It's basically going to be 2 parts. Right now I'm just doing a short little review. I'll let you in on what we purchased and what we got on the layout, what was added. A small little update on what we were doing on the layout as far as the diesel maintenance facility, which I have to finish a couple of the structures for over here. I have a fueling depot that I'm going to be adding, but instead of a fueling depot, it's going to be a fuel storage. So we'll have tank cars coming in. There's going to be a track put in right here. It's going to be coming off of that track right there with the SD70ACE on it. Right here. There's going to be a turnout right about there. It's going to swing out to about here. And it's going to come along here. And the storage tanks are going to be back here. So that's where that's going. And then there's going to be a car shop going in right about there where my keys are. That track right there with the 2 Union Pacifics on it, the 2 diesels, I have to rip that track up because I kind of glued it down. I wasn't thinking when I did that. Probably shouldn't have done that. But I was dumb. I did. So that track's got to get ripped up and redone. And then I can put the car shop in, get that secured to the layout, and then we're pretty much off to the races with that. So probably in a little bit. It's going to be, for me, it's probably going to be about 10 minutes, but for you, it's probably going to be about 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds, probably about 5 seconds, and then I'll do a locomotive roster update, because a friend of mine actually asked me, he says, well, when are you going to do an update? It's like, I don't know. I will get to it. So it's like, okay, well, I guess for him, I'll do the update. He knows who he is. So, let me take care of the locomotives, and I'll be back in a jiff. Hey, welcome back. Okay, so this is actually the second time that I'm doing this, and I forgot to label the locomotive the right name. I called it by a different locomotive, so I had to do that over. So we're going to start that again. All right, so we're going to start off on the left-hand side with the 2 smallest locomotives. Those are 2 Elco RS2s. The Southern Pacific in front is a -9. On the left are the 2 newly acquired -840Cs. Next to those are 2 more -9s. The one behind that is an AC 4400. This long one here, these long 3 are the Rapido E8s. I have an ABA set. The 2 Southern Pacifics right there are SD50s. The one in front of that is an SD50. The CNW is a GP15. Next to that is 2 GP30s, which I actually have 4. The other 2 I don't have on the active roster because they're DCC and sound. These are just, all these locomotives are all DCC ready. I'm not running DCC right now because I don't have the time right now to hook up the command control, because I have to install the circuit breakers, which I have. Just never got around to installing them yet. But I want to get these locomotives all fitted with sound decoders anyway, so we'll do that later. So back to the locomotives. So the 2 next to the E8s, those are the SD50s. Like I said, that one right there is an GP38-2. The Southern Pacific, well, the 2 Southern Pacifics are SD50s. The 2 on the left are AC 4400s, and then next to that is this one right here on the right is that's an SD 40T-2. That's a tunnel motor. So I'll get a quick shot of that. I think she's an Athearn Genesis. I bought her like 9 years ago, and she was in a, I thought it was kind of funny because I found out that it is in fact an Athearn Genesis, but it was it was inside of an Athearn ready to roll box, which I thought was kind of cool. I got an Athearn Genesis for the Athearn price, so I was actually quite ecstatic about that. And then last but not least, the one behind the SD40T-2 is another SD70ACE. So that pretty much wraps up the newly revised roster. So that's pretty much that for this entire video. So if you like this video, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Share the videos, get them out there, and see if we can build up our little Union Pacific community. So have yourselves a good night, and we'll catch you in the next video. Take care.